With the 2014 Sprint Cup Series season officially over after Homestead, our focus immediately shifts to 2015. Now, our good friend Sandy wrote in and she asked us how long of a break we get in the off season. Well, we get a little bit of time off around Thanksgiving and then also for the December holidays, but things need to get done in this off season in preparation for 2015. The new cars and rules packages mean a lot of changes need to be made to our inventory. You can see how empty it is behind me. Our fab shop is in full force cutting the bodies off these cars and making them ready for 2015. On top of that, pit boxes need to come in and get rebuilt. Tools and equipment need to get revamped. The haulers need to get reserviced and rewrapped for the 2015 paint schemes. With that being said, when does the 2015 season start for us? It started weeks ago. Typically, we try and stay 6 weeks in advance on the build of our cars. So 4 weeks ago, we were already built out for the rest of this season. Since we already knew the 2015 specs and packages, we started working on them before Homestead even came. With 88 short days between Homestead and Daytona, the season goes by for us in a flash. Speaking of the new 2015 Camrys that will be racing next year, a question was asked as to what's happening to these old bodies. Well, we're not going to scrap the whole bodies entirely because the main difference between the new Camrys and the Camrys of this year is the nose and the bumper. With the new style mimicking the 2015 Toyota rollout, these noses will be chopped off these cars and then new bodies will be added. The chassis, however, we can reuse in a sense because you know that NASCAR is a constantly evolving beast, and what was fast this year will not be fast next year. So our research and development team has been working tirelessly fabricating new cars and chassis so that we can take on 2015 with a storm. The rear bumper cams that you see on the back of these cars are not outfitted on each car in the entire field. NASCAR and the televising broadcast station determine which car gets a camera. Now, even if the car doesn't have a camera, every one of our deck lids has the housing cut out for it. So if there's no camera, there's a cap over it that's the same size and shape as the camera, as to not give any car an aerodynamic advantage. The question is, what's a bead blower? Well, a bead blower is a fan that draws air in from underneath the splitter of the car. Not to be confused with these brake duct openings that are right here. But the bead blower pulls air in and forces it onto the bead of the tire. Now, this is the part of the tire, this surface, that we're trying to cool, from the bead all the way up to the top tread. Now, this area gets really hot, so we have a carbon fiber cone that rolls air over this so that the bead doesn't melt and the tire doesn't get separated from the rim. With the final race of the 2014 season behind us, also comes the final question from AskMWR, and that's how many miles do the race teams log every year? Well, these hauler drivers are the real unsung heroes of our sport, traveling up to 70,000 miles a year to and from each racetrack just to get the cars from our shop to the given racetrack this week. And that's not even including testing. On the track, our drivers logged just over 13,000 miles this year, and that doesn't include testing, practice, or qualifying sessions. The AskMWR program would not have been possible if it wasn't for every question that you fans submitted. So thank you very much. But there was two fans that stood out above the rest, Grande Red Grisbear and Brian Bolin. So they get the Top Question Award for the most active AskMWR participants. That's the 2014 season. Thank you again. We'll see you in 2015.